the scenes with the OGs. Got Goldee and DJ Hard. Welcome to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. We back, you know what I'm saying, with another extraordinary, exciting show, you know what I'm saying, presenting, you know what I'm saying, the real things that's going on, you know what I'm saying, with black-owned black crime in our community, with our hip-hop, people, yeah. So we also gonna speak on the task force for reparation. We got some very, you know what I'm saying, pertinent information that, you know, we need to let y'all get up on. What's up with it, DJ?
Oh, it's all good, man. You know, I'm enjoying life and I'm continuing to do my homework on reparation. I also want to give a big shout out, you know, even though we're not covering Ice Cube today, but I wanted to just bring up the fact that ever since he did Contract with Black of America, I've been digging and studying and trying to come up with more information on American history and the reasons why we should be getting reparations. Meantime, we got you know, problems in our neighborhood with black on black crime. So, sure. You know, so we're addressing, you know, contemporary issues and the main issue, which is reparation and reparative justice.
Straight like that. And before we proceed on with our screen share, I just want to say rest in peace to TakeOff and also Duke the Jeweler, because today we're doing an update on what's going on with TakeOff. And man, I mean, telling you, man, it's really getting really weird and really, you know what I'm saying, there's so much, you know, corruption being pointed out with the law enforcement, you know what I'm saying, on dealing with this case. You know, we have the law enforcement giving their version of this, you know what I'm saying, crime on the level that they want to present it on. And then we have the sleuthfoot detectives, which is social media bloggers, and you know what I'm saying, they coming up with evidence, you know, from their perspective, from, you know what I'm saying, their connections on getting their information. And it's like, hey, it's a conflict, you know, it's contradictions, it's lies, it's twists. You know what I'm saying? People, you know what I'm saying, it's so much stuff going on with this case, man. And I don't mean to laugh because there's nothing funny about this. This is very serious, and our people should definitely take this to heart, what's going on with this case, because this points out corruption. You know what I'm saying? That our people have been confronted with for many years, okay? And it's with the law enforcement and also government corruption. And we need to be aware of the real and the truth of what's really going on, because everything we ever been told, from religion to the food we eat, have been straight lies, okay? So we're not even living our true selves, who we are, that was, you know what I'm saying, we was created, you know what I'm saying, by the Most High Jah, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, this is really you know what I'm saying, coming to our attention, and we taking time out, you know what I'm saying, to really try to get down to the real, because, you know, two important lives have been lost. Two important black lives have been lost, you know what I'm saying, through black on black crime, you know what I'm saying? And it's really ridiculous that, you know what I'm saying, this is going down. It's been going down for a minute like this here. We got all the outside racists looking at us and laughing at us and calling us idiots and calling us stupid, because they see we can't get along. They see that we hate on each other. They see that we work against each other. They see that we jealous of each other. It's all bad, man. And y'all need to, as men, man, y'all need to stand up and recognize, even the women too, all of the nasty stuff you females be doing, you know what I'm saying, against us black men. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really need checking too. But we're gonna, that's another subject and another time for us to deal with this right here. So
Yeah.
I think what we needed to do is move on to our show.
Yeah. And you know, I'm concerned because actually there's many more lives lost, man, because look, you got the person who gets shot, that life is lost. Then the shooter might lose his life if they got death penalty, or he's gonna be in prison for the rest of his life, and that's another black man out of commission. All right, so black on crime is really hurting us in multiple ways. All right,
Yes.
and we've been covering this subject, and even my people in my family has been touched with this violence that's going on in the hip hop industry. We covered my nephew, Catchy the Great. You know, we gave you some information on that in regards to his death, and you know, we reviewed a little bit of history of that. Also, I mean, some of us have a lot of friends and family members have been lost, you know, children and whatnot. So this is the reason why we are covering relevant situations that's going on in our community, such as black on black crime, and hopefully we come up with some solutions as we study reparations, because we can't let this hold us back on getting reparative justice in America.
That's right. We you know what I'm saying, we truly and really got to get it together, man. We got to, you know what I'm saying, you know, hey, man, we got to get on the one. We got to get on point with each other. You know what I'm saying? If we don't, we're not going to have a chance to overcome, you know what I'm saying, things, this situation that we've been trying to overcome for over 400 years. So I mean, today now is the time, you know what I'm saying, for us
Yeah.
to rectify and get this right, because too many, we had too many, you know what I'm saying, qualified, you know what I'm saying, people, acknowledgeable people, you know what I'm saying, you know, pushing the line for us to unite, to come together, to unite as a people, man. And like I say, man, we got all these outside people looking at us, man, folks looking at us, man, tripping on us, man, talking about us, man. You know what I'm saying? Feel something. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. You're absolutely right. Feel something and also do something. You know, I mean, whatever you got to do, meditate, you know, to find your peace, or pray, or you know, go to your church, temple, mosque. You know, if you're Jewish, you know, go to the synagogue. Whatever you got to do to try to calm your mind down so you can get along with people, because
Well, no, I don't agree with that, because all them places you just named is the reason that everything is out of order. Those is corruption in each one of those institutions you just named. No, that's not the answer. The answer
well,
is
I'm just
for
saying,
us
I'm
as
bringing it up.
men.
I'm bringing it up because that's what some people are
No,
going through.
stop bringing that
No,
up. We don't need to bring that. That have not helped us at
okay.
all. All that have done is caused more devastation in, you know what I'm saying, our existence as a people. And it's all designed. All those institutions are designed, you know, so saying, to keep us divided so that they can conquer the money.
All right. Well, anyway, let's move on with our show. We're gonna get down with the this situation dealing with TakeOff, and I want to thank you very much for hanging in here with us. And and look, I really want to thank all the subscribers. We hit that 100 mark. We're moving on up. We're gonna be at 1,000 pretty soon. So I mean, hit that like button, subscribe, and like to our show, and leave a comment, because that's important, that we know where you are coming from. We want to know our audience. And one way to get to know you is when you actually leave a comment. All right, so do that and unite with us. Uh, you know, share our content with other people. you know, so we can move forward in a big way. We got to go in a big way, you know. And you know, one thing that I have been seeing is that we don't unite. So I'm asking you to unite with this show right now. Help push this show forward because this is only one product and service that we're doing for our community. We've got many more ideas in development, and we want to bring them on through, including music and other kind of content for your entertainment.
That's right. So let's do it as a people, as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it as a people. It's time, and we can't waste no more time. We got to handle this. We got to get on our jobs as men. We got to work with each other. You know what I'm saying? And you need to, you know what I'm saying? This show right here, you know, is a good starting point. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to stay on top of this reparation, you know what I'm saying, until it happens for us.
Yeah, and we ain't going to forget about the hood neither. That's what it's all about today. All right, so we're going to move on with our screen share, and we'll be right back with you with some more relevant information for our community.
2 minutes, 2 seconds. Right back. Fair use is a legal doctrine that promotes freedom of expression by permitting the unlicensed use of copyright, protected works in certain circumstances. Section 107 of the Copyright Act provides the statutory framework for determining whether something is a fair use and identifies certain types of uses, such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research as examples of activities that may qualify as fair use. Welcome back to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. Rest in peace, TakeOff. Rest in peace, Duke the Jeweler. This is an episode right here with from the police perspective, news report on what's happening here with the murder of TakeOff. So let's do it.
Rapper TakeOff was shot and killed in downtown Houston outside of a bowling alley.
This comes from police search warrants in which they laid out evidence in the case and what led them to arrest Patrick Clark for that murder. Our Zach Lajway is in the newsroom with the new details. Zach, good morning.
So, according to the warrant, TakeOff and Quavo, members of the group Migos, were in town to visit a music producer named Jay Prince. They played basketball at a local gym and then had a private party at the bowling alley on October 31st. According to the warrant, they played a dice game and someone lost a large sum of money. We're going to take you back to the scene on what happened early that morning. It was about 2 o'clock on November 1st. 34 people were gathered outside the bowling alley. This, of course, was after closing time. Quavo argued with several men about the dice game. This is according to police. The fight got physical, and police say video shows 2 people firing shots. One of them, a man by the name of Willie Bland. This is the first time we're hearing his name. According to the warrant, Bland travels with TakeOff and Quavo. Police say Bland's shots were not fired in the direction of TakeOff. They say those bullets that struck TakeOff came from a gun held by Patrick Clark. This is Clark in court earlier this week. Police say Clark was also holding a wine bottle at the time, which he left at the scene with his fingerprints. TakeOff was hit twice with bullets from the same gun. When police arrested Clark, they say he did have a gun on him at the time of the arrest, that of a similar caliber. Detectives say they used multiple videos and phone data to tie Clark to the location of the shooting. He's being held on a $2 million bond. Be sure to stick with KPRC 2 for the latest. Sophia?
All right, Zach, thank you for that update.
I just wanted y'all to see that, you know, what's going on here so we can actually get, you know, the people's names and everything correct before we move on with the rest of our show.
Right. And so that guy that they got for that they claiming is the murderer of TakeOff is the guy y'all seen in the orange jumpsuit. However, understand that the first arrest was was Lil Cam.
Here we go.
So he got that see how pretty that little bike is all these come out, the Lolos come out. Get those mini bikes, get them powder coated. That paint you seen on that pink one, that was pinkish orange, that was like a powder coat paint on that bike. Get out like that.
They're down near 120th.
This is the races. No, that's in Long Beach. Oh, that was the most recent downtown takeover. You see how them people? Oh, that was me right there. Back that up.
Here it come again.
Right there.
All right. Well, that's it. Okay.
Okay, we back. Now, this part right here is coming from a brother who is a blogger, social media, and his name is Paperwork. He have done an extensive job. He has some incredible connections to come up with the evidence, you know what I'm saying, that, and he's here to show that, you know what I'm saying, the contradictions. He's here to show, you know what I'm saying, involvement of law enforcement, you know what I'm saying, where they shouldn't be involved. He tricked them. He tricked the chief of police. He tricked the chief of police's wife into a phone conversation. This is real. This ain't no fake. This is real deal. So, so he threw him up under the bus. You know what I'm saying? For the corruptions that's being, committed on this TakeOff murder case. So we're gonna proceed here. Try to pay attention so you can, I know if you really haven't been following TakeOff's murder, you kind of get threw off on it, but that's why we be trying to give y'all an update and everything like that for those who have been following. And so here we go.
I don't get in investigations and all that shit, okay? If somebody calls you or they contact you, you need to give a statement, okay? So that's the best way to solve all. Hold on.
All right, hold on is right, okay, because what I want to do is compare the voice there. All right, now everybody heard that voice, right? Let's go back. Let's find the right one. Okay, now here's one where the chief is talking. Let's listen, and we want to verify that he did talk to the chief.
Man, thank you for the support. We're here to announce an arrest, but before I do that, I always start with that human element. I spoke to TakeOff's mother early this morning, and my prayers, and I ask that all our prayers continue to go out to her and his entire family, his close friends.
All right. To me, that voice did sound the same. You feel me?
The voice definitely sound the same, and not only that, it's the chief's cell phone number is 713-320-9637. So anybody that's in doubt that this is real, the real deal, then, you know what I'm saying, take it up on yourself to call that number. By now, the chief may have changed that number because he know, you know what I'm saying, by now what's really going down and that he got played. And so, you know, he might have changed his number by now.
Okay, let's continue on. And there's one more section I want to highlight, and that's the one when he calls the wife.
If somebody calls you, if somebody contacts you, you need to give a statement. That's the best way to handle this right now. Wow, Chief. You telling a murderer how to be the case that you're investigating? What the fuck is that?
He said, I don't get involved in that. I don't get no advice on that.
What the fuck is the That's the best advice you could have gave a killer. Let me call your cousin back. Let me call her back. The other number we got, let me call them back. Where is that number?
Fuck that private bitch. She was trying to threaten you, paperwork. You hear me? She was trying to put some kind of defamation and shit.
Nah, this is live. 672. There you go. Go ahead, mute up, killer. This live. This is the reason she came up, y'all. Hey, how you doing? This Miss Wyatt? Did you used to be married to the chief center? This is the mayor's nephew. They told me to call you because we really need to talk. We found out that Chief Center is working with Jay Prince, and that's the reason. Yes, and so I really need to talk to you, ma'am, because it's very important. I speak to you about the situation. The mayor told me to call you.
Okay, first of all, I am married to him still. We're not divorced.
Okay.
And I need to know who I'm talking to first of all, because I just don't talk to nobody. I mean, and who asked you to call me?
Okay, so I talked to the mayor on yesterday. The mayor told me to contact the chief or contact his wife about this. Now, I did talk to the chief, and he does acknowledge that he knows Michael Prince and that he wanted Michael Prince to go make a statement because Michael Prince is one of the shooters. Now,
Exactly.
what we want to know is,
Hold on, guys. Did you hear her?
We know that
I said Michael Prince is one of the shooters, and she said what?
Exactly.
And guess who the chief just got through talking to on the phone? Michael Prince. Get it? Think about that, guy.
Yeah, I am thinking about that. And I'm thinking that he might have known Jay Prince from childhood or something like that. You know, might have went to school with him or something.
There's no doubt that he have. They already found that information out. But that's not the point is, I mean, what the whole issue is the corruption that's being done under the TakeOff's murder. This paperwork is, you know what I'm saying, showing the discrepancy in the search warrant, the wording of the search warrant. He's showing the discrepancy with the camera work, the videos that people have, you know, taken of this situation. And so that's the whole point. He's showing that he tricked the chief, got him on the phone, speaking on a murder case. Then he also tricked his wife. You know, she admitted that the person he named, that paperwork named as a shooter, she agreed. So we all heard it. Okay, so that's why they saying these people right here are busted. Law enforcement, they are busted. Now all this is allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Let it be known that all we doing is presenting content that's already out there all over the internet, all over the news media. It's already there. So, you know, it's with us, it's alleged. We're not trying to be acting like we know detectives or nothing like that. We presenting what's going on with our people, man. What's going on in the hip hop world. How our people are destroying each other while the other races is looking at us and laughing at us and calling us stupid. You know what I'm saying? And trying to really come up, really trying to physically act like they badder, tougher, and stronger than us because of what we doing to each other. Man, y'all better wake up and get it together.
I'm telling you, man, you know, in a way, it's not that many of us to be killing each other up, man. You know, you feel me?
Well, I can't say that. There's many. We outnumber.
No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about in America. You know, we're not the majority in America.
Yeah,
well, maybe globally, it's a different picture.
Well, yeah, exactly. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right about that. But however, man, I'm just saying, man, in general, man, y'all better wake up and look at what's really going on and how this type of crime, black crime on crime is really truly affecting us. You know what I'm saying? We striving, you know what I'm saying, to get paid a debt of reparation, you know what I'm saying? But stuff like this here, doing this stuff to ourselves is a part of playing a strong part in holding us back, man, from us not getting, you know what I'm saying, what's due to us, our people as a whole race.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I want to go to another little, you know, what we call a slewfoot detective. He, you know, he has some controversial issues that he's trying to present, and I just wanted to show this because he's reading the arrest warrant. Okay, all right. So let's see a little bit of this.
The report state. Now look at this, people. Now remember, check this out.
Now this is Ringo Starr. This is Ringo Starr right here.
Was interviewed, and he.
Ringo Starr.
Ringo TV. This is from Ringo TV right here. So we'll give him his credit because he did the research. This is actually on the search warrant, and he's breaking down the discrepancies in the search warrant. That the other part about the chief and his wife, that came from a brother called Paperwork.
All right, let's go on.
To firing a weapon at the scene. Can we all agree that Willie Bland fired a weapon at the scene? Put a 1 in the chat if you are hearing me say and showing you that Willie Bland admitted to firing a weapon at the scene. We need to make sure that you're paying attention in class, because a lot of times I'm speaking raw truth and people are not hearing nothing. Now, Willie Bland, who admitted to firing a weapon at the scene. Now, he said he fired a weapon at the scene, right? Right? That's what it says, right? But now check this out. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. You just read where Willie Bland said, yeah, I fired the weapon, right, at the scene. But notice right here. Notice right here, ladies and gentlemen. Notice that. Notice that. It says the video does not show any other individual shooting a firearm. Come on, they lying.
All right.
That's a straight lie, because it's a fact that, you know, it's at least 3 people, you know what I'm saying, was shooting in there. So
yeah, well, not only that, I just wanted to point out 2 different things, right? One is the video. That's one thing. Now he's admitting, all right, that he fired a weapon at the scene. All right, that's a different thing. You see what I'm saying? Because one is his comment or testimony. All right, and the other one is the video evidence. So I just wanted to point that out.
Well, actually, he actually said himself, made the statement that he fired a weapon.
That's what I'm saying. That's his statement.
And the reason, you know, so they can confirm it is from the video.
Well,
but they trying to say that, you know what I'm saying, it was only one shooter, one weapon fired. However, they found we know it was at least 3 people shooting. So how 3 people ain't had no one weapon?
Yeah, okay. Now it says video.
And
okay,
not only that,
let me point out what the word it says on video. It don't say S. It's not no S at the end of that, because we know that it was many different videos taken from different camera angles, including people's telephones.
Yeah, they have videos all outside.
That's what I'm saying. It's several different videos. So I'm just saying we got to really look at the wording, exactly what this says. This is one thing. Testimony is another thing. And so, I don't want to be confused by that. So I'm just pointing that out. So if somebody else, thinking the way I'm thinking, I'm just pointing it out, let you know that things are different. It's not all lumped into one thing.
It's a whole lot of covering up on this TakeOff murder. You know what I'm saying? It's thugs that have a lot of juice. They have some power in Houston, Texas. It's a known fact. It's being proven. You just heard something come out the mouth of the chief's wife. You just witnessed the chief himself speak on a person that's involved with TakeOff's murder. Okay, so the whole thing is that the corruption is being made known, and it's so important that this do be made known to the people, and for the people to stop tripping and stop thinking that this type of stuff is not really happening, not really going down, and that the law enforcement and the government is so legit, they too legit to quit, because it ain't like that. And it's time for our people to wake up to some real and the truth about what's really going on, man, and stand up and represent as men and stop living off being scary and scared of what retribution. You know what I'm saying? For your freedom to speech. That's your constitutional right.
We are practicing freedom of speech right here, and we're looking at both the evidence and social media content to try to bring you a more complete story. And this is all part of being a contributor to the Black media phenomenon that's going on in social media. We are part of that. This show is part of that, and we're contributed to that.
And the whole thing is, you know what I'm saying, we want to see justice, man. It's too many of our people being murdered in these streets, and nothing is being done about it. Stuff is being swept under the rug. You know what I'm saying? My son was murdered. They still have not up to date, you know what I'm saying, captured the person that killed my son. So, this is why this is very important to me, because I'm tired of seeing this. I'm tired of seeing our people go down like this. I'm tired of seeing and hearing and watching how other races of people are getting down and clowning us, man, laughing at us, man. You know what I'm saying? Not giving us no props and no respect because of what we doing to each other.
Yeah. And meantime, while we, out there tripping, killing each other, I mean, it's a whole big thing going on right now in California with AB 3121. That's a study that's going on in California today. That this year they released their interim report. It's 500 pages long. If you want to know something about American history, read that document. I mean, if you don't have time to read the whole thing, just tackle a section of it, and you're gonna find out some things they didn't teach you in school. Not elementary school, middle school, or high school, and even for some of us in college. And I went to college, it wasn't taught there neither, all right? So I'm telling you, if you want to really know about what's going on in America, study reparations, because the movement for reparation is a legal movement. Now, when you...
And legit.
Yeah, it's all the way legit. It's got to be legit. The arguments, the evidence, everything that's presented in the topic of a reparation have to pass scrutiny. All right, you know, we're in the study part. All right, next year, June of 2023, they're gonna issue the final report from the study. In other words, they not just had a bill go up there like HR 40 and sit and linger in limbo for decades and decades and decades. And we have President Biden, we had Obama, and we had Trump, and all the rest of these people didn't do nothing about HR 40. You know what I'm saying? And now we got AB 31, 21 in California. It's going down. They're moving forward. They're a good example about, you know, reparative justice in America. And that's the state of California, one of the largest economies on earth. All right. They are addressing the issue. They're trying to figure out what they could do. And we're going to find out what that is. And here's a witness testimony. I don't want to leave us on with only the thought of all this negative stuff going on when it's somebody doing something that's positive that could help our people and close this wealth gap. It's very serious, this wealth gap.
And that's what and that's what we're trying to say. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, was saying need to get on board with this reparation. Y'all need to check our show out, you know what I'm saying, get with this here. You know what I'm saying? And because we got so much negative stuff going on. We got to get on the positive tip, you know what I'm saying? So we can get the correct, you know what I'm saying, right the wrong, you know what I'm saying, that we've been faced with.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Now I want to move on with this. This is Mary Frances Berry. She's an author. And let's hear her testimony. She's one of the witnesses for you know, Reparation Task Force.
I'm happy that you asked me, although it was very difficult to figure out a schedule where I could be on. And I won't take up more time than I'm supposed to, even if it seems that I'm wandering in what I say. I did submit written testimony, and I get to see my good friend, Dr. Amos Brown. And it was worth coming on here. I mean, I love reparations, but just to see Amos's face, I haven't seen you, and I don't know when, brother. Just talking on the phone, and that's it. But anyway, love you. And all the rest of you. And there's Deidre, who I have not seen in a coon's age. And so,
coon's age.
Black people in the name of those who I love so much, especially those two. I'm glad to be here. I have a few very brief points to make and to tell you what's in the written and what I have added, which concerns Cali House and the ex-slave pension movement. First of all, what I'm about to say comes basically from my own experience, from the Cali House book that I wrote, My Face is Black, is True, the research on her. And the book that I am is forthcoming from the University of Illinois Press that I did with B.P. Franklin and Sundiata Cha Joy, which is on reparations and reparative justice. And the rest of it is just whatever comes into my head as I'm talking. But it's important. This is a great subject. I admire all of you for what California has done in sanctioning a task force to figure out whether there should be a study. We haven't gotten that far on HR 40 yet, although in some other communities we've done a bit more than that. First point I would make is that reparatory justice, reparations, have to fit within the internationally recognized principle of morally just acquisitions and transfers.
Yes. Now that's a very important issue right there. Morally and just transfer of things of value. I'm telling you, because 400 years of slavery, man, you think about how much value that is to the people who didn't pay us them wages for 400 years. you know, that's a tremendous value, man. I mean, that's why people are saying we built America, right?
Well, that's we do. I agree. We are due reparatory reparation, and that, you know, getting that, you know what I'm saying, will work, you know what I'm saying, towards repair. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a good point that she's bringing up.
Yeah, let's hear some more points.
Be applied to the conditions of Black folk, African Americans in the United States. And whatever is acquired or transferred must be morally just. And the morally just, reparative justice requires restitution. That's the first thing. Recognition, restitution for the loss of personhood, property, and lands. And it includes
you see what they're saying? Restitution means the loss of personhood, property, land, and labor too.
That's reparative justice. She said reparative justice. That's what that falls up under. Reparative justice.
Yeah. In relation to the international standards of what reparations should mean.
So
dealing with the lands and
damage.
Huh?
Yeah, she's breaking it down.
Okay.
That's done, which is what you will be doing, I assume, in the inquiry in California, as is done in other places, to people and places in pursuit mainly of financial profit. State, federal governments, individuals, groups, all can do a work of trying to repair the injustice.
You see that? The states.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right there, she's saying who's responsible,
right,
for reparative justice in America. Individuals, city, state, and federal, including private companies who profited off of our suffering.
Exactly, like Walmart and all the rest of them.
Well, when the study is published, they identify some of the people.
They already identifiable. We know where we know where we spending all our money at. We're not spending no money with no black folks. So anybody outside of black that's getting our money and coming up off of our money is the culprit. Just like she's naming right here.
All right, let's continue on. Let's see what else is happening.
Let's have a responsibility where they have condoned, implemented, facilitated, benefited from the injustice that has been done to. It is altogether fitting and proper that the state of California should try to do something to remedy the harm that was done to African Americans there. And maybe it seems like it's taken us a long time to get HR 40 or something passed from the federal government. State and local communities and state governments have a responsibility too. I listed in my written testimony some suggestions of things that could be looked at where real harm was done, aside from the usual discussion that we've been making recently about closing the wealth gap, which is important, the asset gap, which is important. But looking at
I want to pause right there just to highlight some of the other issues that we're going to try to explore, which is, all right, you can get yourself in the proper frame of mind of handling money even before the money get here. So because a lot of people are going to have problems if they don't get adjusted to the fact of you're going to have some wealth. So sometimes you got to think like a rich person in order to be a rich person, and you don't have to be rich when you start thinking about it.
Well, yeah, of course, that's a good topic right there, and I think we need to tackle that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it, but right now, with our time limit, we're gonna continue on with this because I really want to hear what she got to say.
Yeah, I'm just talking about,
in a future episode. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And how they have profited for the harm that they've done with opioids and other things.
Yeah.
And researching that, if any study is done, it ought to be that ought to be one of the items that will.
Yeah, how they giving us bunk medication, and the
Well,
real medication is going to they folks.
Yeah, well, one thing I want to point out is like, that cities and states have the right to sue these pharmaceutical companies, and I heard of some suits going down. All right, but when it comes to that monetary amount that's being pursued and secured, I didn't hear any information about the distribution to the people who was the victim. All right, so we can't have the state suing these pharmaceutical companies and then transferring all the money into state budgets, and none of it get back to the people who was actually victims.
Exactly.
So that's when they say we are stupid. All right, part of that stupid is like not speaking about issues such as this. All right.
Well, and people, not understanding what's really going on, not understanding the corruption with even the pharmacies, man, the pharmaceutical medication. That's all corruption that our people is subjected to. Not being able to get, the best medication. We get the lowest grade of medication. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Corruption, man, with these people, man, it don't stop.
Yeah. Well, we gotta stay on it, and like, maybe that's part of the problem dealing with reparations, because during the Jim Crow era, when they was burning down black neighborhoods, burning down black towns, hanging people and all this stuff, from the trees. All right. And people sung songs about that. But I'm telling you, that caused another problem, which is our silence. All right. Because they go kill up everybody in the neighborhood, and then the people who was left, they say, all right, now you don't say nothing. Now here it is 100 years later, and we have problems in our neighborhood, and we're still not saying anything. Our silence is like part of the stupidity that we continue on with when we have the right to freedom of speech, and we're just not using it.
Well, the thing it is, I'm glad you brought that point up, because that's fear. That's fear that was instilled in our people during the time of slavery. And that fear that was instilled in our people back then is still being used, saying, to what they say, keep us in check, keep us in place, where they want us.
But the way I'm seeing it now, it's like people are automatically not saying anything. They're automatically not using their freedom of speech.
Well, that's why, what I'm saying, we're here to wake them up and let them know they can do that. That's why they have these YouTubers who's, what I'm saying, throwing these law enforcement up under the bus. I mean, because we got to start looking at what's really going on. We have to start looking at what the truth and the real about what these people have been doing to us and are still doing to us. And we got to recognize the corruption when things do go down, how they cover up stuff for their benefit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, okay. I'm just saying, I really want to point this out, right? Because, here we are in this so-called free society, all right, and we have elections, all right, and then I see two candidates, one Republican, one Democrat, and I'm trying to find out what are the differences between their public platform that they're promoting or talking points that they're using to garner the voters together. And I say, okay, I'm not seeing that much deviation. I'm seeing basically the same mission,
program, same platform,
with different words, same platform. All right, so I'm seeing no deviation. All right, and not only that, you know, while they're talking about economic development, when I hear that word economic development, you know, I say that could be a code word, okay, for the rich to come into our neighborhoods and buy up our whole neighborhoods, you understand, and then turn all of us into renters. All right, so that's not economic development for our community. You know what I'm saying? That's
Definitely
economic
not.
development for another community. So
for another people, the same people that's looking at us and laughing at us and calling us idiots.
Yeah,
that's who's benefiting off of economic development.
Yeah,
we never have benefited from it.
Well, let's look at it this way. There are 20 million millionaires in America or so. All right, man, that is enough people right there to pull from to try to sell them a whole doggone city. All right, you know what I'm saying? You can sell, you know, a fraction of that 20 million, a whole doggone city. All right, so you know, I'm saying economic development may not mean anything to you, and this is the reason why you got to use your voice, so you make sure that economic development is, you know, going to your community. You can send money to the police department, send money to the fire department, send money to the school system, like we've been doing for the last 50 years, and you know, and we be voting in all these things for the last 50 years straight, and they keep on telling us that our children are falling behind. All right, so here it is. I'm saying, okay, you got to change your plan. You can't have a 2/3 plan. You know, every program for the kids, every program for the woman, and then leave the man out. We just covered that.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, our community should go back to like it was before the Tulsa, Oklahoma, before Jim Crow, where we, you know what I'm saying, was doing our own thing. We had our own everything, and we was doing better than the white folks, you know what I'm saying? And that's the whole reason they destroyed, you know what I'm saying, everything that we had, you know what I'm saying, through integrating with them. But although we integrated with them, no problem. But the thing it is that we still should have our own everything all over again, just like it was before. And people need to realize that. And that's why it's going to take unity. That's why it's going to take getting this knowledge and getting this information and putting your mind, you know, someone saying, on this type of information, because anything else is just bringing us down or keeping us, you know what I'm saying, where we at economically, you know what I'm saying, on the bottom. And without the money, we nothing.
Yeah. Hey, well, look, we're going to wrap it up right here, and we're going to come back with the final conclusion to our shows and our summaries and stuff like that.
2 minutes and 2 seconds. We'll be right back.
I'm going my way, baby. Hello, my baby. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm going my way. Trying to make my way. There's an accident that's getting me trapping. I'm on my way to see you today. I just wanna say I'm on my way, baby. I just wanna say I'm on my way, baby. Love it when you tell me you miss me. Love it when you tell me you need me. Love it when you tell me you wanna see me. Love it when you tell me you to love me. I just wanna say I'm on my way, baby. I just wanna say I'm on my way, baby.
On my way today at djhard1.bandcamp.com.
Okay, we back to the ending of our show. And it's time, I want to give a shout out to Detroit, my family in Detroit. I want to give a shout out to United Riders, San Antonio, my son, Lil D, and fam. What's up with y'all? And Mini Bike Legacy. If you want to style and profile, you know what I'm saying? We still putting in work with them mini bikes. We also have gear, to ride with, parts, we open for parts also. So, if you're interested, hit me up, Mini Bike Legacy. Don't forget, to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend about our show, about the contents of our subject, and join in with us, get with this, because this is so very important, and it's going to take unity, it's going to take strength of the people. You understand what I'm saying? We got to push the line on whatever it is that we trying to accomplish as a people. It's our time now. We can't put it off no longer. Because they've been steady pushing us behind, trying to keep us on the bottom, and we got to raise up, as great people, because that's who we are, and everybody know it. So, let's live our lives, as those people and get their proper respect in this world.
Mm-hmm. I want to thank all my number one music fans for supporting me. I got my new song out to the top. It's out there flying all over the place, on all the major streaming services.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm waiting back for the surprise. Today was the release date, December.
Okay.
9th, this was the release date of to the top. All right, it's a new vibration that I'm putting out there, and I hope you like it. And I'm also want to give a shout out to the artists that helped me with the design of many of my single releases and the album cover. Thank you very much, Jay Bay. Yeah, for putting together some beautiful art. See, collaboration comes in all kind of ways. I'm telling you, it's about money and Black Lives Matter, man.
All the time.
Hey, look, there used to be a philosophy in our neighborhood where we was talking about and doing activity in such a way to circulate Black dollars in our neighborhood. All right.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. And I say as we close out 2022, that's what we need to get in our heads today. How can we share $1 or $2 with somebody in our neighborhood or family? I mean, that means that if you ain't got a job for them, you might have to give them a gift. All right. So, I mean, we used to do that. it's a lot of things that we used to do that maybe we don't do as much anymore. I mean, we used to have fish fries and every now and then we say, oh, come by and we're gonna chill out and we're gonna have a beer and some pizzas and stuff like. So that's sharing too. All right.
Family reunions, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's just like non-existent with our people now.
Yeah, well, we got one going on in my family, but it's a little chore to participate because it's not always in a convenient location. Sometimes it's where our roots were. So you got to do a little traveling and everything in order to really unite with some of the organized family reunions. But you can have a family reunion on a smaller aspect, and I'm telling you, I had to tell my fans because I really noticed it this year that I'm getting a lot of love from my family, and I want to thank my family for showing me love, taking a minute or two to call me or shoot me a kite or shoot me a message or something like that. So I know they're still alive and kicking. And, and I try to do the same every now and then. I shoot them a communication and let them know that I'm still alive and kicking it. And, of course, I gotta admit, I am an OG. You know what I'm saying? So look, I'm claiming it all the way. You know what I'm saying? So my new handle is DJ Hard, the grandpa that rocks. And look, every time I put out a song, guess who I'm trying to rock? I'm trying to rock all the way down to my granddaughter. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to rock her world. If I got something for her, I got something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So every now and then, I make something PG, you know what I'm saying, for the young people. But, some things I got to go hard. I'm DJ Hard. So sometimes I got to go hard and talk about the hard issue in a hard type way. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that I got some street in me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm trying to share my street mentality, you understand, and get into the intellectual aspects of life and some of the business aspects of life. But, I'm from the street just like everybody else.
Well, like you said, you're OG now, so the streets is something that's behind you right now. And, you know what I'm saying? It seems like everybody want to be street. Law enforcement want to be street. Everybody want to be street. You know what I'm saying? But, and that's what's, was really putting a damper in what's going on with us right now. You know what I'm saying? Because basically we are street, but everybody else want to copycat us and be street, and even on the high echelon level, they want to be street too. So, but the thing it is, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, you're a grandpa, and you know what I'm saying, and you want to, you know what I'm saying, get recognition, you know what I'm saying, to you know what I'm saying, being an OG. And O is the goal of life. You know what I'm saying? To get longevity on earth. Because you only got one shot at this. Okay? And either, you know what I'm saying, you're going to make it or you ain't. You know what I'm saying? And it's an uphill climb for all those who think they so young. You know what I'm saying? Because youth, you know what I'm saying, a man can still obtain his youth regardless of what age he reached in life. So don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I ain't going to get it twisted. I'm going to get it rocking, buddy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I love this show. And look, the reason why I love this show so much is because I learned something. I learned something about our people. I learned something about our history. And sometimes I'm going to put that into the beat. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm trying to put knowledge into my rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop, jazzed up, hip hop, trap beats. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to put some knowledge there. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and look, one commitment I got is I ain't going to be talking about shooting up nobody, man. Because that I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really about nerd type things, technology.
Yeah, well, only in a life and death matter, someone said, the person, should, be prepared to result to something like that. But besides that, no.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to let you know, what's going on, what's happening. I want to thank you very much for hanging in here with us. Please hit that like and subscribe, hit that bell notification button. You know what I'm saying? So you can be one of the first people to know when we put out a new show. You know what I'm saying? Next year, we're going to try and increase our production to twice a month at least, and maybe a couple of more in between things, as I come up with some music ideas that I can share with you. But we're going to shoot for a goal. We had to close out this year with one production per month because of the workload that I got to deal with the real world. You know what I'm saying? So I had to deal with, the real world quite a bit as we closed out this year. You know what I'm saying? And so that took away from my production time. I want to thank you for hanging in here with us. Stick with us. Share our show with your friends and everything like that. Leave a comment, because that comment is a sign of unity. So I'm really trying to say this is one of the things that we need to show each other today. Show each other some encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Give them that little tap on the back. You know what I'm saying? So people can keep on going, because life, it got its up and down, and we got to stay on the up and up and keep our grind going. You know what I'm saying? So every now and then a little encouragement, you know what I'm saying, goes a long way. So, don't be afraid to tell somebody they're doing a good job.
Yes. Our dime, your time. Thank you for watching the show. Stick in there with us, hang in there. You know what I'm saying? And, get on point with us, because this is really a devastating time for our people, man. We got to get it together right now. Peace.
Thank you for watching, and please don't drive drunk.